In the 6.1 introduction, we're just told that in this lab we're going to have several help systems to get commands, and we're going to learn how to locate commands. In 6.2, it just explains this again. In 6.2.1, we are told that executing commands in the bash shell by typing command and then pressing the enter key. So if we have the date command as given here, we can just enter it here and press enter, and this will give us the time and date. To learn more about this specific command, we would do man, which stands for manual, and then the command itself. So we would do man and date. Now we learn more about this command, and we see that we have line 1, we can press H for help or Q to quit. This is the manual page, date 1, line 1. We need to press H for help or Q to quit. We can use the up and down arrow keys to scroll through this, and this increments our line 3 or decrements it depending on if we go up or down. These are useful keys that will help when we are in this manual. If I scroll all the way down, we can see that there are 207 lines until it ends. If we press H, it gives us help. We can press Q to quit, and this takes us back here, and then we can press Q to quit again, and that will completely quit it. If we go back into man date, we can do spacebar to go down, we can go B to go back or up, and then the arrow keys which go up and down. We can do a slash to search, and we can search by specific things, kind of like Control F. If we wanted to, we could search for name, and then we have it here. It does not seem to be case sensitive, so it is just case insensitive, and it'll print out either if it's uppercase or lowercase. We can start searching backwards by using the question mark, and then we can move to the next text that matches this search. If we do N like this, so I'm pressing N, and if we do shift N, it goes back to the previous case. We can type in the letter H to see a list of movement commands. We're going to go back into our man date, the manual for the date, and we're going to press H. Once we press H, as shown before, we're going to have this come up, and it shows us all of the commands that we can execute, and we can scroll through this with the scroll wheel, the spacebar, or B to go back. And this is pretty lengthy, and this is all of the entire help section. For 6.2.4, it's just showing that the slash when we're searching is not case sensitive, and it does not wrap around from bottom to top or from top to bottom. So if we do slash and then we typed file, we can see how many times it outputs file, and we can press N to go through all of these times, and this is me just holding down N, and then it says pattern not found, press return, because I've reached the end. So if I do shift N, it goes back up, and once it's on the last file, it'll say pattern not found, press return. 6.2.5 just shows that each text is going to be highlighted if we search it. 6.2.6 is just showing us that we can use the spacebar to go through this, or we can use the B to go back up, and when we're done reading, we can press Q to exit. And this brings us back to this date part. If we wanted to exit this date part, we would just press Q again, and now we are back here. 6.2.7 is showing us how we can use the /K option and append this to the man command to provide a keyword argument. And we're given an example, and we're told that, for example, we execute the following command to display a summary of all the manual pages that have the keyword password in the description. And this is the password. So if we do man /K and then something after this, like ls for example, we can see that we have all of these things, all of these spaces where ls is mentioned. If we do password, we'll get the same thing. We'll get different places where it's mentioned, but it'll look exactly like this. So we'll do man-k password. So we have all of these, and these are all of the times that password is in the description of these keywords. So these are all different manual pages we can look at. In 6.2.8, we're shown that we can either use this man-k password, or we can use another way and type aprops password. So apropos password. If we press enter, this will give us the exact same thing. If we only wanted to find the pages where something is mentioned, we can do man-f and then our word. In this example, we're given pass WD. If we press enter, we can see that it is listed in these three spots. If we were to change pass WD to LS, we can see that it's only mentioned once, and it's in the list directory contents, which is different from how many times pass WD is mentioned, which is in computer, password hashes, change user password, and the password file. In 6.2.10, we are shown that we can give the section number, and then the console will output the information from that section. So if we look at this man-f password again, this part right here, and we want to output this right here, what we can do is just man5, so this number right here, and then PASSWD, which is password, and press enter. After we do that, it's going to come up with the file's format and conversions for password 5. If we want to exit this, we can press Q again to quit. If we do man5 password but change the 5 to something else that we have up here, like this 1 for example, and press enter, it'll come up with something different. We can see that it's password 1 right here. In 6.2.11, we are told that instead of using man-f to display all man page sections for a specific name, we can use the whatis command. So we'll quit out of this, and we'll be back in here by using clear, and we can do man-f PASSWD. And if we do this, we get all this out. But instead of doing man-f, we can do whatis, and then PASSWD. And we can see that we get the same thing as we did man-f and whatis. These are both the same, so these commands right here are interchangeable. In 6.2.12 step 12, we are told that almost all systems have manual pages. Some of these features also have a more advanced feature called info pages. If we wanted to do the manual for date, we would do man date, and it would give us the manual for the date. But if we wanted to do info date, it will give us this instead, which is a lot more readable. So this is what the info for date looks like, just the beginning of it, because there's actually a whole lot more, and I'm spacing through these. But if we quitted and we did manual date, we can see that we get different things. This is manual and this is info. And we can see that info is a lot easier to read based on the format it uses rather than the manual. If we go back into our info, for info date, we can use shift+h to see a list of commands that we can do while in our info. Pressing quit, I'll go back here. However, if we wanted to go back from shift+h, instead of quitting, which quits altogether, we can click L, which will just close that help window. I was at the bottom of this info page for date, however I used the B to go back to the top. In this info page, we have lines that look like this, where it's underlined, and then we have these colons right here. We have a couple of these, and we have one that we just passed. We have one right here as well. And basically what we can do with these is put our cursor over them like this, and then we see the line disappears, and we can press enter. And if we do this, it's going to take us to a new document which shows more information about it. And we can scroll through this as well, and we can see that we actually have even more options in here if we wanted to find out more about these specific things. We can press L to go back. We can press Q to quit out of this. Going back, we can try to click on something else like one of these. Pressing enter, we get in here. If we want to leave this page, we can press L, and then we go back here. We can do the same thing by going into date, invocation, pressing enter, and now we are in here. If we wanted to go to this, we would just scroll down, and we can hover over it and press enter. However, since it does not have this proper formatting, it won't do anything. We'd have to find something that looks like this. We can press enter in one of these and go into here. To go back to a previous page, we would just press L, and we can do this multiple times to go back to our main menu. So now we are back at the original date info page. And if we keep pressing back, we can see that now we are back at the original date info page. 6.2.15 tells us that we can use the L key to return to the previous screen and the type Q to exit the info page. 6.2.16 shows that another way of getting help, we can use the -- help option to a command. Most commands allow us to pass an argument of -- help to view basic command usages. So if we wanted to do date help, we would do date -- help, press enter, and we can see that we get all of these. And this shows basic command usage. In 6.2.17, we are told that some system features also have more detailed help documents located in /user/share/doc directory, and we can execute this command with what we want in front of it, like ls for example, and then if we spell share correctly, we will get what they have in this example right here, which is all of this right here. And this shows us the contents of the document. We're also told that in most cases, the manual pages and info pages will provide us with the information that we need. However, for more in-depth information, something usually for system administrators, then we might be able to find the information that we're looking for located in /users/share/doc, which has to follow a command. In 6.3, finding files, we will be exploring how to search for a file on the system. This is useful to know in situations when you can't find a file on the system, either one that you created or one that was created by someone else. In 6.3.1, we are told that an easy way to search for a file is to use the locate command. If we have the crontab file, we can just type locate and then the file name, crontab, and when we do this, pressing enter, we can see the directories where it is. All of these are files that have the crontab in it, so no matter what it is, as long as it contains crontab, it will be outputted. However, if we wanted to find files that are just named crontab, we would do locate -b and then in parentheses /crontab, and this narrows down our search. The locate command is traditionally updated once per day, usually at night. If we wanted to update this command to try to find something that we created this present day, we would have to first be the system root user, and then we can manually update this file by running the update b command. So we would type update and then b, and this would update the locate. This should actually be updated b. However, regular users cannot update the database file. Instead of updating our locate command, instead we could use the find command. This command searches the live file system rather than the static database. To find more about the find command, we can do man find, and this gives us more information about it. If we want to find where something is located, or where its man pages are located, we can use the where is command. If we type in where is and then paswd, we can see that it is located in here. The where is command does not just search for any file, only for commands on and manned pages. We only have one password man page on the system. This is why we see multiple file names in man pages. The files that end in .gz are man pages when you execute the previous command.